Well, hello everyone. I'm Arnab, and this is something really important I want to talk about today. It's a very important database concept called merging, right? So, what is merging in Power BI, right? It's called merging, it's called joins in SQL. So, let me just explain what this concept is, and then we'll dive into it in the demo. So, we use joins or merges when we want to basically connect two data sources or two sheets of data, right? Essentially, if you're using SQL. For instance, out here we have two tables. One is sales and the other one is purchase behavior. So what we want to do out here is, in this particular example, we have something called loyalty card number, right? And what this table altogether is doing is it's collecting all the data of transactions happening in a particular shop. And this loyalty card number is telling us which customer is doing that particular transaction. Now we have another table which is called purchase behavior, and this basically classifies the different customers as per their life stage, with the young, their old, yada yada yada. And like this, the what kind of a customer is it? Is it a premium customer? Is it a mainstream customer? Like possible values at budget, mainstream, and premium, right? So how much? What are the spending habits of this particular customer like in a broader scale as per the company's history? They have been categorized. So what we want in this particular example is to get the life stage from this table and the premium customer, this column. We want these things to come inside this table, right? So the purpose of doing this is to be able to see how much people are exactly spending as per this data. I hope that makes sense. It will make sense when I demo it. I just want to give you an overview in the very beginning. So how do we execute this, right? How do we merge data? And first we'll do it by merging in Power Query. Then we'll look into lookups, which does the exact same thing using DAX essentially, because we don't always have the luxury of using Power Query in Power BI. So I'll go to transform data first, right? And it'll open up Power Query for me. Now you can clearly see these two tables are here, right? The purchase behavior table and the sales table. So what I'll first do is I'll go here and I have two options in merge, right? Either I can merge queries or I can go as merge queries as new. I'll go for as new. The only difference is that the new one, it creates a new table altogether for us, and the other one, it does all the merging in the same table itself. Anywho, the common column on which I want the merge to happen is the loyalty card number, because that is the common link between both the tables, right? We have the sales table here, and we'll pick the other table, and we want the merge to happen on these two columns. So I'll select both of these. I selected this first, then I selected it from the purchase behavior table. The type of join that's happening is left outer join. That makes perfect sense. So all the values, all the loyalty card values out here will be looked into in this table, and it will fetch in all the values that it can find from this table, from the second table. You can look into what joins are. You can just comment below. I'll make another video in joins if that's required. That's kind of, the video will stretch too long if I start explaining the details of joins, what they are, what are the different types of joins. Essentially, if you want to learn about it, these are the types of joins. There's left join, right outer, full outer, inner. And predominantly in DPMS, we either use an outer join, like a left outer join, or we use an inner join. These are the ones that are used most often. Just keep that in mind. Okay. Now I'll click OK, and you can see that a new table has been created. It's called merge one. The reason it's called merge, generally they name it as merge. Out here you're having merge one because I tried this once before shooting this, right? Anyway, I'll rename this and I'll call this single source of truth. It's a bad naming convention. I'm just doing this for fun right now, right? So yeah, just bear with me. And now what I'll do is, you can see that this thing has come up, and this is the other table, right? From we merged it, the sales table on this table. So now we get to pick which columns we want. So I don't want the royalty card number because we already have that in the sales table. I'll go for life stage and I'll go for premium customer, right? I'll click OK. It'll take its sweet time, a couple of seconds, I guess. Yeah, it's there now. So here we have it. The life stage is here and the premium customer. These two are here. So I think that's fair. Let's rename it a bit. Like, cancel this out. You know, same for the other one too, right? Let's just get rid of this. Done. Now I'll say close and apply. And apply changes. Give it a while. Okay. Then I go back here and in the sales table, we have a new table out here, which we named single source of truth. And yeah, when you're naming your tables, just use better names. This is just a joke, okay? We call it something better. Anyway, this is not about naming conventions, right? This video, so that's fine. So we have live stage and premium customer in this one table now. Okay, so this is done right now. We can do a lot of cool things out here. So, okay, like one use case can be I wanted to group the sales, which is total sales. I wanted to see what the different age groups of people are doing, right? So I can group it as per life stage. Now, since it's in the same table, it's very convenient to do so. Although the thing is that you can also do it by using relationships, but that's a different video altogether. And I just wanted to demonstrate joins and the lookups in this video, right? So there are other ways to go about it still. So out here, you can clearly see that total sales is highest for the older people, the older people are spending the most money, long story short, right? Young families, young single couples, then okay, surprisingly, the middle-aged singles and couples spend less money than the younger ones. This is a good finding. And the new families spend the least amount of money. This is how you can group it as per the life stages. Another thing we can do is see, how much different the premium groups are paying, but I think that's very obvious that what were the group names? Forgot the group names. Well, anyway, let's just get that in. You have premium customers. So, oh no, this is actually funny. Okay. So the premium budget and mainstream, so the maximum audience turns out to be the mainstream audience. So the budget is like people who spend less money, right? They are the second highest spenders because there are more people, right? So they end up spending, the sum turns out to be more. So if I go for an average rather than the sum, if I choose average here, you'll get very different results, right? It changes. In this case, it turns out to be like very uniform. This can be further investigated, but okay, this data set is pretty interesting then. But that's a decent finding. So yeah, this is like a use case. You can group data accordingly once you merge the tables. And let's say we don't have the luxury to do all this in Power Query that we just did, right? So how do we solve this exact same problem? I mentioned something called lookups earlier. So let me just show you that. I'll not delete these columns. I'll just show you how to get, let's say I just want live stage and how do I fetch it directly from here rather than, going to Power Query and using the merge option that we had there. We can also do it using DAX. So I'll go to new column. This is in the data table in the Power BI desktop only, right? It's not this thing, Power Query till now. It's in Power BI desktop. So I get rid of this. Let's call it live stage underscore lookup. This equals the function we'll be using is lookup value. And then I'll say, okay, so it's kind enough to prompt us with what we want, right? So over here, the result column is live stage from the purchase behavior column, comma, it will ask me for the search column name. So which column do I, okay, let me just explain a bit what these three things are also, right? So the result column name was which is the resultant column, like what values do I want filled in inside this table that I'm writing this formula for. Then secondly, it wants the search column. The search column is about, by which value do we want it to filter, not filter, to search for the previous value in that table. So I'm sorry if it sounds complex, right? You'll get this and practice it a bit, but it's just bear with me right now. Just copy this in your own this thing, you'll get what I'm saying. And then just go over here, what we'll have is the loyalty customer in the other table, loyalty card number in the purchase behavior table, comma. So, and finally, we have the search value. Search value is loyalty customer value in this table, LYLT in the single source of truth. Yeah. So fair, right? And this is how you do it. If you check this column and this column, you'll have the exact same results. And yeah, the reason I want to demonstrate both these things like merges and the DAX formula, which is lookup values, because people come from different backgrounds as well, right? Like people who are more comfortable with SQL, they'll understand joins better, so they can relate to merge a lot better than lookups. Similarly, people coming from an Excel background would prefer lookups. Essentially, they're both very important. I would say this study both, Excel, it's like bread and butter if you're into data science or data analytics. And same goes for SQL. Okay, I guess I'm just stretching at this point. That's all I wanted to demonstrate how you can add columns from, different tables and, put them in one particular place as a full data set. This can further lead into an argument about OLAPs and OLTV, but that's a different video altogether. I guess I'll close this one with that. Thank you. You guys let me know what you think. Yeah, thanks. Stop recording now.